shit.
You ain't it.
Just like fucking bow, bow, bow. Let's do the shit.
You ain't it. Done. All right. This is the theme song for When Wife Gives You Lemons. This is the theme song for When Wife Gives You Lemons, with a puppy crying in the background because she was in here and we tried to record and we had to get rid of it because she kept getting in the cords and then she started chewing on shit. So now this is the third time we've tried to record this episode.
Never mind the screaming puppy in the background. Yeah, good job. So, hello. Welcome to When Wife Gives You Lemons. As Joy said, twice.
So apparently, I forgot to take the video on the hat because I post this video on two platforms. I posted on When Wife Gives You Lemons YouTube, and I posted on my Happy Endings because I'm still trying to keep that one going with content until I can bring back Happy Endings, and then this will just be predominantly When Wife Gives You Lemons. Anyway, I forgot to take the video off of private, and one of our listeners text messaged me, and she's like, "Hey, I can't see John's buff arms." All I get is audio.
Everybody missed my buff arms?
So I took it. No, everybody could have watched it on When Wife Gives You Lemons. That one was public. I forgot to put it public on the other
My
one.
arms looked buff that day.
I know. So, yeah, it made me laugh.
I felt buff. So, the other day I went and was picking up some medication. I'm in the pharmacy. Mm-hmm. It gets a little long in our little pharmacy at Kaiser over there. It's, they have like 4 people working and only, 2 at the counter. And
I always get the same chick, too.
Right. So it takes a little while, right? So there's one lady in front of us.
Us? Who's with you?
The 30 people behind me.
Oh, okay.
We're standing there. It's this lady, it's me, and this other dude, and someone else. And I'm standing there and waiting, and I see this dude just finishes up, and they call you when they're ready. You don't just walk up, right? So the lady's waiting, and the lady goes, I'm ready, or whatever, next. And the lady kind of didn't hear her, and she goes, over here, and she goes, oh, she starts to see it, and the guy behind me's all, next in line.
Oh, shit.
And I go, geez, Becky.
Did you say that?
Yeah. And I go, did I say that out loud? And I kind of got quiet, and I looked back, and he just kind of standing there, got real quiet, and I was like, this is awkward.
Because he does that to me all the time.
So
calm down, Becky.
So I wrote down, my notes was, geez, Becky. So, and then I had, what was that? Drive through. Oh, so for some reason I had a moment, and I was getting a burrito or something. I was at like lunch, and I grab a Taco Bell burrito or something. They're like, all right, dude. 7:29 at the window. I'm all, okay, thank you, bye-bye. What the fuck do I say bye-bye for?
Bye-bye.
I thought that was weird.
It's just like when Brody, when he was in 4th grade, he was in 4th grade during the COVID when he had to do school online. And he was logging off, and he goes, bye, I'll miss you. And then he goes, oh my God. He was so embarrassed.
Did he say I love you? Or?
No, he said, I'll miss you. And he goes, I'm never going back to school. Like, he was fucking just out.
So I have another fun story to tell you. So,
okay, I have a bunch, too.
So Jamie didn't go disc golfing with me, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I'm by myself, and we finish up, and it's too late. Kids already at work, everything. And I go, well, fuck it. I'll jam. I'm hungry. I'm going to go to Way Station. Brody's sleep, right? So I did. Listen, hold on. This is a great story. Don't pull your panties up.
I don't wear panties.
It's hot. Anyway, so... You know how they have you walk in the front door now? Mm-hmm. So I walk in, and the dude's walking, this little dude kind of walking in right kind of behind me. So I just push the door open so you can kind of catch it and walk in. And I walk in, and they have the thing that has your name. And I look over at the counter, and I take a step forward to look to make sure that, if there's a counter spot, I'll go take it. And as I'm looking forward, the dude behind me takes the pen and writes his name on the list. I hadn't even written my name. I go, as I was like turning around, he does it. And I go, fuck, did this guy really just do that? Like, I'm thinking, did this motherfucker just, like, line cut me? Like, without, like, what do you think I'm going to do, right? Mm-hmm. So I thought about it for about, 5 seconds. Uh-huh. You know me. And I took the pen, and I wrote my name in between the person above, and and then I wrote 1. And I sat there, and about 30 seconds later, the guy goes, really? And I go, yep. And he goes, I mean, he kind of like, I don't, why would you need to? And I was like, well, did you see me? I mean, I came in, you saw me turn in to reach for it. You know, why wouldn't you put your name below that?
Right.
And he's like, well, I'm not off every weekend. You know, I don't get a lot of time off or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, well, neither do I. And I go, did you see me walk through the door before you? Yeah, well, yeah. And I go, did you see me? He goes, yeah.
Shit.
And I go, okay, then. So that's how it is. And then I turned around and I'm standing there. And you know me. Standing there. He's mumbling something. I'm mumbling something about inconsiderate. I'm like, inconsiderate fuck. You know, I'm standing there like, what a dick. Right? And he's like, fucking dick. What a dick. Right? So we're both thinking each other's dicks. I see a table starting to clear up and I go, hey, man, you want to have breakfast? He goes, okay. And so now I have a new friend. His name is Frank.
Oh, my God. Jonathan Michael.
And Frank and I are buddies now. And we laughed and we had this freaking hilarious time the whole time. I wasn't going to take a whole table by myself. That would have been like the dickest move ever, right? So I was like, and at first his first answer was, shit, I might take you up on that. And I go, come on, man, for real. Let's go. Come on, amends it right now. Let's go.
Please tell me you paid for breakfast.
I did.
Oh.
I did. I sat down, we talked, and he was telling me how, you know, he's in aerospace or whatever, and he works, you know, all that type of stuff, and I'm like, well, that's awesome, dude. You know, he was talking about where he came from, and I was telling him about the history. There's so much history. He's like, man, this is great. And after we're all done, he's like, man, let me get your number. We'll exchange. He goes, next time I got breakfast, and it's on me, man. I go, all right, we'll do that, right? And he goes,
God.
And I go, no problem, man. I go, see, you got breakfast and a freaking history lesson. Check it out. See, I wasn't a dick after all. And he started cracking up, and he goes, you know, and he gave me a big freaking handshake. He's like, oh, I'll see you again, man. That was awesome. So, I have a new buddy.
Jonathan.
So, right on, man. I appreciate breakfast.
See, so you had a good week. I had an old man try and get me to touch his butthole.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that.
What? Oh. I'm all...
Do you see what I did there?
Yeah. Not you. You don't let me touch your butthole. I would, out of all the buttholes in the world, your butthole would be the butthole I would like to touch. I would giggle.
The buttholes in the world.
It's your butthole.
I'll touch yours.
So anyway, okay,
it means everything to me.
The past 2 weeks,
I want to touch you with my pee-pee.
I called John.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, I got you.
That shit was funny. Fucking funny fuckers.
So, the last 2 weeks, at one point, I called John.
Look at my arms. I'm making them buff again.
I go, I'm quitting massage. I'm going to go get a real job. And I'm never touching another person again. I was so over everything. I was just fucking done. So, this older gentleman makes an appointment. We're texting back and forth because he can't figure out my booking app. So he comes in, and we'll just say his name rhymes with Larry. And so Larry comes in, and I'm going to forget to call him Larry. That's hilarious. So Larry comes in, and he's like, I go, okay. And he's like, yeah. So he gets under the sheets. He's completely nude, whatever, no big deal. And I start with his legs, and the whole time he's like, ooh, Joy, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Ooh, Joy, that's nice. And I'm all, shut up. So then he proceeds to point to the crease between your butt cheek and your leg. And he goes, here, but further in.
You're like, that's where your butthole is.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking happening. And then he goes, so my wife's out of town this week, and that's the only reason I'm here.
Well, then.
By the way, you can get a massage when your wife is in town because it's just a massage.
That was him seeing where he could get because the way he says that, he's basically saying my wife's out of town. That's why I'm here. I want to get a rub and tug. That's exactly.
No, he wanted to get a poke and pull.
But he also wanted a rub and tug.
So then I'm all.
He wanted a rusty trombone.
I don't know. He wanted yeah, meet up. So then, and then he's like, well, it looks like the weather's finally changing and it's going to get warm. And I go, yeah, but I actually like the cold weather. And he goes, well, you know, my wife's out of town. My house is currently at 60. It's really nice, Joy.
You're like, listen up, P. Diddy.
It gets worse. It gets worse. So he's squirming. Like, he's almost trying to get me to slip. Normally, when I go up the leg, I have, like, spread hands. I was tucked in tight. No finger was left behind. Like, we were, like, family. So
he's like, dominate me, stick it in my hand.
At one point, he takes his knee and he straddles the bed, so he's like spread wide. And I'm like, I'm not going to touch your anus. I'm not going to touch your anus. I'm not going to touch your anus. So we finally finished. And by the way, I was like, when I flip this guy over, he's going to try and get me to touch his dick. No, it was all anus. He wanted his butthole touched.
Yeah, he's a Peggy.
So he left. Or I was like, okay, get ready, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm standing out there and I'm talking to my next client. And he walks out and he pays me. And he's like, that was amazing. That was excellent. And I was like, don't come back. So he leaves and my patient goes, ew. And I go, yeah, I know. And she's like, no, Joy. When he walked out, he looked you up and down. And I'm all, ugh.
Gross.
So then, like 4 days later, I get this weird text message from someone. Also, I have like a Chinese bot that's trying to make a massage appointment with me. It's fucking weird. The Chinese bot, by the way, is named Randy. And it's all, I'm on my way for my massage. All cap locks. It's fucking the weirdest thing ever. I'm like, I don't even know. So, hold on, I'll search.
Do you carry your freaking taser with you?
I don't know where it is.
You need to have one in there, put away, like just in case you have to fucking do it to somebody's butthole.
So, look.
Hello, we have an appointment today at 5 to 6 for SOD. Is this time best for both of you? Well, I don't know. We having a three-way? Thank you. Rende. And an 800 number.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then, respond to confirm.
No,
and
they just want you to call, and then they get your information.
And then they, question mark. And I said, I'm sorry, this message confused me, and I assume this was a spam message. I do apologize for the confusion. If you'd like to book with me, I'd be happy to get you on the schedule. Hi, we are on our way for our appointment. Thanks. Cap lock. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And this was 7 o'clock on a Sunday.
Like,
well, no. So fucking weird.
And it wasn't in your books or anything?
No.
That's weird.
No, because I end my Sundays early. So then I get another guy, and you can tell he can barely speak English, an Indian man, and his name is just ridiculous. I thought it was fake. So he comes in, and he's a bigger gentleman, and I have a blanket and the sheet. He just gets under the blanket. And I'm like, and the blanket's smaller than the sheet, so I don't have much room to drape. And then so I'm massaging his legs, and he goes, it is hot in here. And he's like broken English. Can you just take the blanket off? And I go, no, I'm sorry. In the state of California, you have to be properly draped. Oh, sorry. And I go, but, I mean, he was a bigger gentleman. I go, I can move it. I can take the blanket off your feet up to your knees so, you have some flow. And he's like, that's fine. So then I'm massaging him, and I flip him over, and I'm doing his right leg, and I do his right, and he goes, you do the whole leg, right? I go, yeah. So I finish with the leg, and then when I go to his second leg, he goes, only do from the knee up. The whole leg from the knee up. I'm like, well, that's not your whole leg. That's your fucking thigh. So I massage it.
The whole thigh, dude?
So I massage it, and I'm like so annoyed. And then he goes, I go to start doing his neck and his shoulders, the big finish. And he's like, no, just go back to my thigh. Or go back to my leg, do my leg for the rest of it.
Keep rubbing my thigh like 32 more times.
And you know what the fucking worst part about that whole thing was? He fucking paid me with a check. I hate checks. By the way, I found out what that other $300 check was for because when my patients came in, they're like, "You didn't cash that check," and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was trying to figure out what it was, so it's legit. We need to cash it.
Check.
Yeah. So I call after that man left, and Allie and I knew it was going to be weird just by the whole text message. And Allie's like, "How was it?" And I go, "Exactly how we thought it was fucking going to be." And I go, "I fucking quit. I'm done. I'm going to go on my website and be like, all you nasty ass men fucking ruined it for everyone. Good day. I'm never touching another goddamn naked body in my life. I'm so..." And it's so disrespectful because I'm actually really fucking good at what I do, and I studied.
You almost need to put that on your webpage.
I might have to.
I am a professional. This is a professional massage, not a freaking. This isn't a joke. This isn't.
That means that in the span of in less than a month, I've had 4 disgusting men.
One a week.
So then,
Lucky you.
I have a nurse friend who came in and she was like, "I got a fucking story for you." And I'm like, "Dude, I got a story for who?" Her story was about a man in his butthole too. We both had butthole stories.
Was this somebody who is also a massage therapist?
No, she's a nurse.
Oh.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, nurse my butthole?
He apparently was constipated, and instead of taking a laxative,
can't you just put your finger in my
he
asshole?
manually did he was manually removing it. And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, it must have been a full fucking moon. See what I did there?
I did.
Yeah, because it was just, I'm like, I'm so over men. And it sucks because I have some really fantastic men that I massage that I fucking adore. One of them, I accidentally got invited to the wedding. So it's just, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
but
bitching.
most everybody else most everybody you have is
Fantastic.
regular. Is regulars at this point. So you have all your regulars. You don't have to take some of these assholes if you think it's going to be questionable. No, I'm sorry, I'm booked.
And then, well, yeah, okay. So then, so the med spa had a water main on the top break.
Right.
So they had fans going for days. I got the biggest, worst headache. It was because also the fans kind of vibrate.
Right, and it gives the wah-wahs.
It makes you kind of not. Yes.
It's because of the false ceilings.
It made like me and the girl next door. She's like, "I feel nauseous." I go, "I don't feel good either." Well, anyway, they finally clear up the fans while I'm massaging someone, and they have a man, and it's 2 men, and they're speaking Spanish to each other really loud in a hallway where massage and facials are happening. And I'm like, I'm looking at the door like, fucking know where you're at. Like, come on.
Right.
And then he starts whistling. Just whistling.
He's like, they need some better calming music. I think I'm going to whistle. What was he whistling?
Just
Wasn't whistling anything in general, just random whistles?
Uh-huh.
Like a bird?
Yeah. So, but then
Hey, Birdman, shut the fuck up.
I thought my client was asleep, so I'm like, okay, thank goodness. And then when she opened the door, you hand them water like a little peasant. Here, please take your water.
Here's your water, ma'am.
And
thanks for letting me
she
rub
goes,
you.
She goes, "So the whistling was pretty interesting." I'm all, "Oh my God." She's like, "I'm going to complain." I'm all, "As you should. They pay $120 for a 50-minute massage. As you should.
Yeah.
I charge
crazy.
$75. So then I've been having weird ass dreams lately.
Fuck, which made me laugh because you said something about 4 chickens the other night in your sleep, and I was fucking crying.
And at one point, you must have been on the couch. At one point, I laughed so hard, I woke myself up. I was laughing, and I wrote it down. There's a lot of mistakes in it, but I said, and I thought this was fucking funny. And it was me and Tiffany Haddish, and we were in the green room together, and I was hugging her, which happened the week before.
But opposite, she was hugging you.
She was hugging me, and I go, the reason why women gives hugs? And I go, because we're tired and we just want to stop for a second. So it's just us like, oh, okay, just for a second.
That's funny.
And me and Tiffany fucking laughed. And then
So
like
when you see her again, you're going to tell her this, right?
and then like 4 other people who were like really big comedians. I think like Bill Burr came in, Josh came in, Justine came in, and somebody else. And Tiffany goes, "Oh my God, Joy, tell him your joke." And I said, "You know why women give hugs is because we're so tired. It actually lets us stop for a second." And they put me on the main room stage just to make me tell that joke. And the whole fucking audience thought it was like the funniest joke in the world.
You're like, this is my life now.
And
I live off of one joke. This is your one joke. You like dreamed up your joke.
I was laughing so hard.
Holy shit, I would've laughed
woke
too.
myself
I would have
up.
laughed too.
Because I was, and I, like, okay, when I woke up, I felt like I had just got off stage and had a fantastic
You had like
set.
an
I was like,
adrenaline boost and a.
oh, I'm funny.
I've been having dreams lately too, but I can't quite pull them up, but they're there, right? I feel like I vaguely feel them. You know what I mean? Like they're there, but they're just blurry. Like I can't remember them.
See, it's a whole thing because one of the comedians, I don't want to say who it was because that's not nice. She said that she stopped smoking pot, and she was like,
And then the dreams come back.
she said, "My dreams are fucking," because I'm like, they talk like in the green room, they always talk, and they're like, we don't dream,
Right.
and I'm all, I go, I've dreamt books,
Right.
I've dreamt movies.
I mean, I've had some crazy dreams, but those were times when those were different times, different eras.
So I don't know. I thought that was hilarious.
That is crazy.
I fucking they made me go on the main stage, and they're like, "Listen to what Joy just said," and like, like it was.
It's the best day of my life.
and I wrote.
I'm going to take you to the arena. Just take that joke. That's the only joke. Just say it. No, nothing else. Just walk on,
and I
tell the
wrote
joke,
it down
and leave.
because I thought it was so fun, and it has so many errors in it, but
That
it
is
was
funny.
so funny.
That is pretty dang funny.
And then we have video. Franny Francis Barkala
Oh, yeah,
has
little Miss
figured out
Francis.
how she's 6 months old, guys. She's
She can open the door.
she opens the door. We've had that light on. It's super glary.
Ta-da. We fixed it. You didn't need us. Look at
so-
us. Welcome. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry about the lighting issue.
She opens our doors now, right?
Yeah,
so John
all of our bedroom doors.
John calls our pantry that has the trash in it the trash closet. So we have to lock the trash closet. Well, Caleb's room is disgusting.
Teenager, by the way.
Caleb will be 18 in 2 days.
Jesus. That makes me sad.
Oh, and Tyler has almost officially moved out. It's our whole life is like,
yeah, we're
fucking-
uprooted right now. It's wild.
it's insane. So Caleb's room's disgusting. Franny opens Caleb's room, and all 4 dogs were like treasure hunting.
They're like, thanks, puppy.
Franny's sitting on like the bed, like, bring me what you find. I want half of what you find. She comes. Remember when we bought the kids the little jars of stuff and put them?
Right.
Caleb got the cookie butter
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Franny got the cookie butter. Her tongue was just.
She was in it.
I'm like, what are you? What? Franny
No,
Francis.
I came home for lunch and she had absolutely destroyed a thing of toilet paper.
Oh, she hates paper.
She hates toilet paper.
She-
She there was 4 rolls. It was a 4-roll one,
Oh,
and
no.
she got all 4 rolls. And I came in the house. I go,
But cardboard. She hates paper.
yeah, she has a paper
Little
problem.
shredder. And
She
then
has a paper problem. A little bit.
let's see. And then yeah, I just last time I was here, I went to the Comedy Store. I mommed a lot of people. Tiffany Haddish, truly. I mean, I know I've been dropping her name a lot. That's weird. I'm sorry, but she came up to me and she put her head on my shoulder and she's like, "I love you." And there's something about people telling me they love me. Like that's my love language. I think is
It's like I run on attaboys.
right. And I go, "You're so pretty." And I was like, "You're just so fucking pretty." And I go, "And smart." And she's like, no, just keep telling me how pretty I am. And I go, "Well, you are pretty." I go, "But you're smart." And she's like, "Don't let the boys know I'm smart." She must have laid her head on my shoulder for like 5 minutes. It just made me feel so good.
That's funny.
And yeah. So, oh, by the way, guys, stickers. I have been in a weird sticker mood, and we have so many new stickers coming. If you want we have allegedly stickers. We have
Allegedly.
the Church of Just Be Nice stickers.
We've talked about the Church of Just Be Nice, right?
You know what? I had a 71-year-old Jewish man who would not take off his clothes, and I had to massage him through his clothes because he said lotion makes him feel nasty.
Okay.
And we were talking about it, and I go, yeah, my husband wants to start a church of the Church of Just Be Nice. I was just fucking be nice. Like, almost like, if you take
the whole thing, just be nice.
If you take the magical, mythical part of Jesus, by the way, it's Easter on Sunday, he is risen, whatever. Jesus. But if you take the zombie weird part out of Jesus was a very cool philosopher, in my opinion, whatever, like if you don't agree with me. But he was just be nice. Like he hung out with the hookers. He didn't believe in religion. He had long hair. He was a carpenter. He nailed people and he nailed things. I'm sure he was
nailing some other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
The rod. And I thought I had the rod that spoiled the child. So that's all it is. It's just, and I was like, yeah, my husband wants to start a church and it's called the Church of Just Be Nice. And he goes, dude, I would go to that church. And I was like, I have a feeling a lot of people would go to that church.
I wonder what it would take us to get it going.
Just be nice. And then everybody.
I have it already.
I know. It makes me sick that you used AI, by the way, but whatever.
But it's the base. Then I can write it. Now you can write it.
So John put in the AI GI chat box or whatever it is.
Well, we were trying just to see what it was, because when they were first coming out. And there was
and John wrote, write the Bible of the Church of Just Be Nice.
Tell me about the religion of Just Be Nice, the new religion of Just Be Nice.
And it wrote the Bible of Just Be Nice.
It did.
Yeah.
It told what it's about and what it concerns, and if you're not into the mainstream religion, this might be the right thing for you.
Just be nice.
So we just rent a little place and just
be
once
nice.
a week, just have a little meetings of just being nice. Hey,
compliment
every day. Do something nice for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You'll feel better about yourself. Buy somebody a coffee in line behind you in the drive-thru.
By the way, I don't remember what is.
I do that sometimes.
I do too. What is Shauna's number? Do you remember?
Ooh.
Yes.
I can tell you.
She texted both of us, by the way, in a group chat. It was the three of us, and she said that we did really well during the engagement party.
Oh, well, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I don't have any idea where.
And what was their names? Chocolate and Comfort? Comfort and... What was their names? I can't remember.
Aren't they chocolate and like spice or something?
Yeah, sugar. Yeah, something like that. Sorry, we're fucking up.
Oh my God,
they're probably yelling at the like.
We're getting in so much trouble.
Like when
This is Joy's fault. She fucked up
when they were talking about me on The Fighter and the kid, and he couldn't remember my name, and he kept going, "What's her name? What's her name?" And I'm all Joy. My name is Joy.
You're all Joy, bitch.
And then I think it was Jet Ski Johnson, and she's like, Joy. And he's like, she's going to be so pissed. I bet she's yelling at me right now. And I'm all, I am.
I know. And they are right now, because I have everybody under numbers for some reason.
All
I never
right.
put their names on.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you have any more notes?
We'll fix it later.
Do you have any more notes?
Isn't she 29 or 27?
I think she's 27. I can't remember.
Well, I know that I had one of our listeners text me and goes, Lena's a cunt. And then said, number 6. And I thought that was pretty damn funny.
Like I said, one of our listeners, we need to give her a number. She was like, I can't see John's buff
we
arms.
can't even remember the numbers.
I know. You guys can claim your own number. We should just get number stickers.
Oh my God.
And give them to people. Like, what number do you want to be?
We should get little buttons made with numbers. And then just you can hand them out to the people.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. We should. You want a button? You want a number?
Allegedly. All right.
Well, let's get out of here.
Are we done?
I think so.
Let's skedaddle here. Okay.
Right on. Well, thanks for listening.
Clit surprise.
Yep. Check us out. We're still got our live show coming in June in San Diego. Don't forget, there's this book signing. Is it June?
June 22nd.
June 22nd. We got a book signing. Well, first we got one before that in Vegas.
June 8th.
But the live show of When Wife Gives You Lemons, which will be fun because I plan on having, hopefully having some of the writers or some of the models and people come on and talk to us because I have questions.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah, I have questions.
You know what sucks is my
I
favorite.
might have to go topless though, because I mean those guys are sexy, so I got to look fucking
My
sexy.
favorite model
Show my buff arms.
is not going to be there
You know?
because his girlfriend will not let him anymore.
I thought, is he still with that thing?
Yeah,
Tell him
makes
he's a
sense.
fucking moron. I thought
Yeah.
we had this talk.
We did. All right, lick clit surprise.
Fix it, dude.
Bye.
Good day. Oh, you know what? You know what I forgot to say?